The Crossing, Part 2. Will the girls make it across safely? Mari is sitting sideways with her knees drawn up to her chest so she fits in a narrow hull. I slide down beside her. You're still worrying, she says. Your face is all scrunchy. How are you not worried? It's an adventure. It's exciting. Her eyes shine. I've never had one before. But what if the monsoon comes early? What if the clouds roll over and what if the sea opens up and swallows us? What if a huge ship comes through and snaps our boat in half? What if we fall overboard and I forget somehow to swim? Exactly. I suppose we could pray. Mari wrinkles her nose. You don't believe in all that, do you? What? Praying God? She says it like Nane does. I don't know. She shakes her head exasperated. Amy, if you always worry about the worst that could happen, you'd never do anything. We'd still be in that orphanage or on a ship to somewhere else. Probably not the same place as each other. But we're here, going to see your Nane. We're doing it. We've gone. So stop worrying. It's too late. And if any of those things do happen, we'll deal with them. All right? All right. Tell me about her. Mari's voice is level again. About your Nane. I have spent weeks not doing this, not allowing my mind to fully turn to her. But now I reach for everything I know and let it fall out. All jumbled up and in the wrong order. I tell her about the butterfly house, about star catching and our stories. I tell her about Nane facing down Mr. Zamora without her scarf. And Mari lets out a low whistle. She sounds brilliant. She sounds brave. She's not brave exactly, I say. It's more that she doesn't care what other people think. She didn't care if Mr. Zamora thought she was strange looking. That's brave though, says Mari. Her voice is soft. If my parents had stopped worrying about what other people thought, I'd still be with them. What do you mean? I mean your Nane is brave, Mari says, brushing off my questions, like she has every other question. Tell me one of her stories. But my eyes have fixed on something past Mari's head. The small hills of the waves beyond waves are growing higher and not shrinking. Look! And Mari turns her light eyes towards the hills of Coulion. We wake Kidlat and share another orange. The sun is at its highest point, and I cannot believe that it's only taken half a day to sight home. We play at guessing how many hours it will take to reach shore. Kidlat holding up pudgy fingers, changing his mind every minute. Mari and I are laughing so hard at him holding up the one finger that it takes a moment to realise he is pointing too late. I see the jag of coral mouthing up like a fang as the waves fall away. Mari scrambles for an oar and manages to jab us away, but a sail is carrying us fast towards another. I look down and see the water is aglow with coral, red and pink, and the water foaming white over it. The reef. Help me! Kidlat hurries to help Mari steady her oar. I grab the other and join them in heaving us away from the shallows, but the wind is straining to pull us back. The sail, Mari shouts. We have to take it down. My fingers scrabble at the knots binding the sheets to the mast. The boat jolts and I drop to my knees, feeling rather than hearing the scrape of the underside against the coral. Mari's right hand is making it hard for her to grip the oar, and though Kidlat's little arms shake with effort, they aren't enough to push us away. The blade of the oar catches and Mari makes a grab for it, almost falling overboard. The oar falls away and I snatch it back up, knuckles grazing on a vicious orange frill. The blade is snapped and I stab at the sail, tearing through sheet after sheet until finally the wind gushes through and we slow, rocking but no longer scraping. Mari is cradling her right wrist and I can see the skin is pink and sore looking. Kidlat is on his knees panting and I feel a sudden rush of heat. My heart punches at my chest as I throw down the broken oar. Kidlat flinches in to Mari. Amy, what? Mari starts. You broke the oar. I couldn't get it free in time. We have a spare. We've broke the oar and now we have no sail. My shout shocks me as much as her. I cannot remember the last time my voice scraped my throat like this. The last time my hands balled into fists. The last time I wanted to hurt someone. You stupid! I ran on Kidlat and you. Couldn't you have just shouted? Couldn't you have warned us? You're not a baby anymore. Use your stupid mouth. Where is this coming from? Fear. It's coming from fear. Amy! Mari stands, moving Kidlat behind her. Stop it! You said to trust you, and look, we're never going to get there. It wasn't anyone's fault. You're useless, both of you. Useless. Look at you. Mari shoves me hard. I fall backwards, hitting my grazed hand. The sharp shock of the pain brings all the heat rushing to it, flushing out the anger and making it shrink into shame. Mari, never talk to me like that again. Mari brings her face down level with mine. There are hot patches of red on her pale cheeks, and the high midday sun glares through her hair, turning it into a halo. She looks like a terrible angel. Never. I'm sorry. Tears scald my cheeks. I don't know why. Mari pulls me towards her, and for a moment I think she's going to hit me. But instead she hugs me, harder than she shoved me. After a few moments, Kidlat shuffles over and the three of us sit in a tight huddle until I feel water begin to seep up my legs. We'd better bail, says Mari, and reaches for the bucket. Kidlat holds out his hands for it, but Mari shakes her head. I think Amy should do it, to say sorry. Mari and Kidlat take down the remnants of the sail and rip through my gashes so the sheets are in half. They set to retying the layers together while I scoop out the calf-high water. I am glad of the task. The words I said seem to have left grazes on my tongue. It feels swollen and poisonous, and my stomach churns with points of cooling anger, like shards of glass. I spoke like Mr. Zamora would, or how Sam did that first day. I bail faster, so my arms ache and my head spins. I will never speak like that again. Shows you what fear can do sometimes. We row over the rest of the reef with Kidlat in front pointing out the safest path. The coral has punctured some holes in the bottom of the boat, but we escaped the worst of it. My words have done the most damage. Though Mari's trying not to seem angry with me, I can feel a cool distance stretch between us as we navigate into open water again. Can you ever think about what cool distance means? There's a cool distance between them. They're on the same boat, but there's a distance. Have a think about when you've experienced something like that. When we are clear, I help Kidlat tie the smaller sail to the mast and it billows feebly. We begin to move again, far slower than before, but Coulion's tooth-like hills are closer than ever. Coron is out of sight but on the horizon. Behind us, I take up the oars and help the sail guide us shoreward. You don't have to do that, Amy, says Mari. You should rest. But I do have to do it. I'm not done saying sorry yet. So they're nearly back at Coulion. They are just... And look, we are getting towards our final quarter of the book. And we were on 169. And the book goes up to 244. So we're in the last 75 pages. So that puts us at over a third of the way through. So, what does Coulion hold for them? What will happen? Why did Amy behave in that way? Is she going to be able to redeem herself after those actions? Have a think about these questions. Email me replies if you'd like. But what a super section of our book. I hope you really enjoyed it. There's more to come next week when we start on the next chapter, The Forest. Right, well done. Keep going. See you later.